It's Week 11 of the National Football League.
And coming up, we'll see the electric Kyler Murray.
He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Dreadnoughts and the Thunderbirds.
Next on Madden NFL 25.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense. We're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another, and I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other, they study each other, they work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends, but come game.
The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go here on EA Sports. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They are led by their quarterback, the future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers.
There's not many guys, Mike, in NFL history that while their career is still ongoing, they already are considered a no-brainer finding themselves in Canton one day. And this guy is certainly at the top of the list. Let's not forget, this is not some washed-up quarterback who can't let go of the pass. He is still capable of playing at an all-pro level. And if he continues to do so, any team he's on is going to be a Super Bowl contender.
Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Play fake. It's Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big...
Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And this is gonna be a beauty. Touchdown at the 2-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019 to lead them.
If his preparation for this game is any indication of how he's going to perform today, Mike, they're going to be hard to beat. He played really well last week, but when we talked to his coaches, they told us, they're like, he has lived here all week. He has taken his level of play even up another notch. And if he can continue to operate this system, continue to get all of his weapons involved, this leadership, this ability to lead by example, it's going to rub off on the rest of this offense. I think they're going to have a good chance of changing from last week's loss to coming away today with a victory.
And once again, they try the same runner. They get the same result. Back-to-back carries of no gain. Now it's 3rd down. They'll run it once more with Etienne. Give them 14 on that one. And that will be a 1st down.
Over the last couple years, Mike, we've seen the trend in the NFL is that 3rd down has really become a passing down, but not here. Not for this team. They keep the ball on the ground. They're able to pick up a big gain. Fresh set of downs.
Here's 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. Taking off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Play action now. It's Murray. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple. They'll try and run for the first with ETN. A gain of 16, good enough for a first down. A pair of first downs gives them 1st and 10, up at the 40. Once again, it's ETN. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, it's Murray. He's got a man downfield. It's Shakir. And he will go all the way. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Dreadnoughts. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Chris Boswell on for the point after. The kick is good. And the Dreadnoughts will take a 7-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Tylan Wallace now on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Thunderbirds offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
The veteran Jordan Poyer had the good coverage, and he knocks that one away. Here's Daniel Whelan now, and John to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Dreadnoughts offense and Kyler Murray set to take over once again. And he's used his legs to great effect this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design, as you check out the league leaders in quarterback rushing yards. That's into the hands of Travis Etienne. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. In motion, Shakir. They go play action with Murray. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun, it's Murray. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a 1st down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
They send Godwin in motion. Now Etienne. Open space to the 35. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. 1st and 10. They'll run the toss here to Etienne. Open space inside the 10. He's done it again, back-to-back good runs. 19 this time, and another 1st down. Now Murray. To the goal line and in. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Dreadnoughts. Greg, offensive coordinators script the start of the game. This script has read perfectly. What a great start for this offense.
It just seems like every play this offensive coordinator dials up is perfectly timed and then perfectly executed. They've been aggressive, they've been efficient right since the start of this one. And I'll tell you what, Mike, if they continue to build on this lead here early, it's going to be a long day for this defense.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This is fielded inside the 5. They get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The Thunderbirds offense about ready to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They send Sutton in motion. Rodgers on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Open man is the rookie, Adonai Mitchell. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the 4th quarter.
A 1st down throw from Rodgers. Now a screen set up for Henry. Good-looking screenplay there, a gain of 11 and a 1st down. RPO, quick throw, there's Sutton. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. To the air once more, it's Rodgers. Now he'll run. And Rodgers has done this long enough. Gives himself up at the end, but he's got a 1st down. 14 yards on the pickup there. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the give, here's Henry. And he'll get forward for a couple. The safety, Jordan Poyer, up to make the stop. Going to go right back to Henry. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. They'll run the draw, and here's Henry. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Jason Sanders on to try the field goal. This will be from 42 yards out. Sanders' kick is good. And the Thunderbirds get their first points of the game. They trail 14-3.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They send Godwin in motion. He's going to force his way for a yard or two, but looks like this one's going to be coming back. One quarter in the books. 14-3 is the score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. In motion, the tight end Uzama. The drive begins with a carry from ETN. And he'll be taken down. That's a pickup of 18 and will set up a very manageable 2nd and 2. Play action. It's Murray. This one to his big tight end, Uzama. And he'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
In order for this play to be successful against man coverage, Mike, two things need to happen. One, the quarterback has to anticipate the break. He has to get that ball out on time. And then the rest is the receiver creating the separation at the top. And when both are accomplished, you can see what the results are.
They send Godwin in motion. On play action, Murray. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. They send Godwin in motion. On 3rd down, Murray. He gets this complete to Shakir. And he's into the end zone. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Dreadnoughts. 2nd touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Dreadnoughts move out to a 21-3 advantage. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This returnable for Wallace. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Thunderbirds offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. Here's Rodgers. A pass pulled in by Henry. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. A give right up the middle to Henry. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll go again here with Henry. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll work straight ahead with Henry.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And they'll get him down right around the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal. On the handoff, it's Henry. And nothing develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one. Play 7 of the drive coming up, and it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Rodgers. Oh, he feels the pressure, and he'll go down back at the 6.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They send Godwin in motion. They'll give it to Etienne to start this drive. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. That's Rudy Ford, the safety, up to get the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Murray. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and will bring up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Murray. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
The rest of this game is all going to come down to getting stops. You find yourself down pretty big here in the first half. You have to get the ball back to your offense as many times as possible, but you can't keep giving up scoring drives, whether it's field goals or touchdowns. You need punts. You need takeaways. Give your offense a chance to start climbing back.
The visitors' offense and Derrick Henry heading onto the field. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. Rodgers now. That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. That one taken in by Mitchell. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll get this out to his running back. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
That is quickly out to Diggs. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. Here's 3rd and 2. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I will be right back after this. Now a 3rd and 2. Throwing Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. The throw on the run is complete. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And he's going to go down, but there is a penalty marker there. May have jumped the snap just a bit. Now another try at 1st and goal, albeit from a little further back. Rodgers. This one caught at the 4. To the pylon, he's in. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Thunderbirds. That a big score, Greg. They continue to get points, but after not getting touchdowns, this has to feel really good to this offense.
It really does, and I think anytime you can build on your confidence that now you know the rest of this game, you can finish these good drives. Coming away with 2 field goals, those are wins for the defense. So now a win for the offensive side of the ball, and got to see now if you can keep this rolling throughout the rest of this game.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This returnable from the 4. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Dreadnoughts offense and Travis Etienne set to get back to work. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Murray. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. That's complete to Etienne.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Dreadnoughts going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Rodgers on first down. That is brought in downfield by Sutton. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. It was a solid first half for the always dangerous Kyler Murray. He got out to a hot start with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes, threw another for good measure in the second quarter. So he has been on target throughout.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. This one taken at the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Dreadnoughts offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. On the give, it's ETN. He'll work forward for a couple. That's EJ Speed getting in there to make the tackle. Second down, Murray. He'll get this complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. Throwing Murray. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Dreadnoughts getting ready to punt this skyward as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
A big play and a much-needed one as well. It covers 51 yards. So after the big play to start, now we have 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he will get into the end zone. Derrick Henry, touchdown Thunderbirds. He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
That is caught, and they get the two-point conversion.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. The return starts from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Dreadnoughts offense ready to see what they can do. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. This one to his big tight end, Uzama. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Murray. That's taken in by Shakir. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with a sack. Now you find yourself in 2nd and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up. This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Marking right on the 15, and the march continues. That is a 1st down picked up on the ground.
You know, Mike, in some ways, I liken fullbacks to kind of the modern-day tight end. They're the ones that are willing to do a little of the dirty work on most plays. So every once in a while, it is so good to see them rewarded and have a chance to be the guy who delivers and converts on 3rd down. Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He'll be taken down.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up 1st and goal.
They'll run it here with Etienne. Powering forward. He's in. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Dreadnoughts. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This returnable for Wallace. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Stop is made by Jaron Reed. On second down, here's a run with Henry. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Fighting off tackles, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. RPO, quick throw. There's Sutton. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. He'll try and run for this with Henry. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Man in motion, it's Diggs. Look wide, get this one complete. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. On 3rd down, here's a run by Henry. They'll bring him down right at the 35, but that is good enough. They pick up the 1st down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
On 1st down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. They'll run. It's Henry. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Henry. That one only good for a gain of 1 to the 2 to set up 3rd and goal. From the gun, Rodgers. And he's not going to get away. They'll stop him back at the 3.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and We'll see if that was it right there.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within one score.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Out of the pistol, it's Murray. Now he'll run with it. He's going to run it. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Now a timeout for injury. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Murray. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. The carry here for ETN. And that will get him back on schedule. Good pickup of 7, sets up 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, Murray.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
The Dreadnoughts set to kick this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The visitors' offense and Stephon Diggs heading back out on the field. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. A 1st down throw from Rodgers. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Play fake. It's Rodgers. He keeps it himself.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
To throw is Rodgers. That's caught on the right side by Sutton. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. To the left side, caught by Schultz. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On the give, here's Henry. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Rodgers. He's got it at about the 8. And he'll be out of bounds at the 5. It's a gain of 26, and it'll set up 1st and goal.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here.
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Aaron Rodgers. Touchdown, Thunderbirds. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. He dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Off the play fake. Here's Murray. That's caught by Judy, working his way across the field. And he's going to take this one all the way. 72 yards for the touchdown. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Dreadnoughts will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. Not much. 2nd and long coming up. The master of play action, Rodgers. That's right side, taken in by Tremble. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Going to go right back to Henry. And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at 3rd down. This is Henry. And that is going to be good enough. He's got that 1st down. So conversion, and they move it to the 46-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. First down for Aaron. Now he's loose at the 40. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw still result in a big game.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. We'll try again here. Second and 10. Rodgers to throw. That is caught at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Adonai Mitchell. Touchdown Thunderbirds. And that is touchdown number 1 in the National Football League career of a guy, Greg, taken high in the draft, hoping for moments like that.
When you get drafted in the first round, Mike, let alone as a wide receiver, the expectation in the NFL today is that you need to come in and be an immediate impact player. Plays like this continue to build that relationship with the quarterback, and I think this guy's got a real bright future.
All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive. It starts with first down. That's over the middle and caught by Judy. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. 2 minutes to play in regulation. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's first and 10. They'll drop to throw. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They get 21 on that one. That's enough for a first down.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of the defense.
And this time, the rush gets home, and down he goes. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. They'll come up now for second down. From the gun, it's Murray. This one on target to Godwin. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down. We're all set to kick this one away. Important punt here in this tie game late. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Thunderbirds offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. They'll come up for first and 10. Rodgers now. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides. They face second down and 7. A pass pulled in by Henry. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. Rodgers. He'll try and get there on the ground. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have one remaining as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. They send Sutton in motion. Rodgers. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
He'll let this go deep for Diggs. That ball intercepted. Picked off by Juju Brents. So, overtime coming up, not a playoff game, so a quick reminder of the rules. Each team gets one possession unless the opening possession is a touchdown. Then it's game over. Any defensive score ends the game. Each team gets a couple of timeouts, and all replays come from upstairs. If the first OT ends in a tie, so does the game. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Dreadnoughts offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
Might be wise for this quarterback to try somebody else in coverage here, Mike. This guy's known for being a savvy playmaker once the ball's in the air, and he showed why by swatting that ball away, and he's going to pick up a PBU on the stat sheet.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
They go play action for Murray. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. They send Godwin in motion. Now Murray on 3rd and long. He'll try to run for it. On 4th down, out comes the punter. And he's on for a big one here in overtime. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Thunderbirds offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They send Sutton in motion. Now a 1st throw here in overtime. Over the middle, he's got the tight end Schultz. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
They send Sutton in motion. He'll get this out to the left flat. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And that not a guy you can afford to lose here in overtime. From the gun, Rodgers. Throw over the middle, looked in by Mitchell. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 1st and 10. That one taken in by Mitchell. And he's into the end zone. That'll do it. They win it in OT. And not just any touchdown, but Greg, that is the first touchdown reception of his NFL career.
And Mike, doesn't it just seem like over the last couple years, these class of rookie receivers, they make such an immediate impact, and maybe at some other positions, there's some growing pains and maybe a little bit of slower development, but there's something about this wide receiver position. They're young, they're talented, and they've made their presence felt.
So it's a win for our visitors. They had to work for this one. All even through 4 quarters, able to get the breakthrough in overtime to come away with a victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.